bicycle's moving along at 30 miles an hour. Okay, and there are 27-inch wheels on the bike, and I want to know how fast are the wheels spinning, right? What's the angular velocity of the wheels in revolutions per minute? Okay, so let's figure this out, and I'm going to use the standard procedure where you set up the speed that you want on one side, my revolutions per minute, and you give it the speed that you have, which is miles per hour. And the problem, the conflict here, is that these speeds are in different units. So we're going to work until we can cancel out the units in the right way to get revolutions per minute, RPMs. Now, the first thing I notice about miles per hour is it's in hours. So let's get rid of hours by putting that on the top of the fraction with what I want on the bottom, minutes. And there's 1 hour, and that goes with 60 minutes. So I know that the hours are going to now cancel out, like so. And I've got 30 miles in 60 minutes, right? Or half a mile per minute. Well, that's great. But I need revolutions per minute, not miles per minute. So there's more work ahead of us. I know that miles is not really that useful when you're talking about a bicycle wheel. I would love it if I had inches instead. So let's work until we get miles into inches. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to divide by miles. Well, I don't know how many inches are in a mile, but I do know how many feet are in a mile. So I'm going to say 1 mile is 5,280 feet. And I know how many inches there are in a feet. So you just take another fraction and you say divided by feet with inches on top. Okay, now there's 12 inches in a foot. Okay, so watch what happens as we cancel these things out. I'll use a different color here. Let's see, we're going to get miles crossing out like that. And we're going to get feet crossing out like this. And what we have so far is inches per minute. Well, that's really good. We just need to turn inches into revolutions. This might be a tricky part. I need to figure out how to multiply by revolutions on top, which I'll call rev, and how to divide by inches on bottom. Well, think about this one right here as circumference. And I've got circumference on the top and circumference on the bottom of this fraction. Those are both circumference. One's measured in revolutions, one's measured in inches. Now, revolutions is easy. There's 1 revolution per circumference. But how many inches are there in a circumference? Well, what you have to do is you have to remember the formula for circumference is pi times diameter. Okay, now the diameter is a 27-inch wheel. So this is going to be pi times 27. And that's how many inches are in a circumference. So what's going to happen there is now finally our inches are going to cross out, and what we have left is revolutions per minute, which is exactly what our answer wants. So this one's kind of lengthy. I'm going to show you how these calculations work out. This is going to be on top 30 times 5,280 times 12. Okay, I think that's everything from on top. And on bottom, I have 60 times pi times 27. Now, when you actually run through the calculations, you might want to do the top first by itself and the bottom by itself, so you don't mess up some kind of parentheses thing. But just check and see that you're getting the same thing as my calculator shows me, which is 373.5 RPMs. Okay, that's what I've got for this guy in terms of revolutions per minute on those wheels.